Hello and welcome to another episode of Filmy, Kahani, Anushka ki Zubani with me, Anushka Arora. So here we are. Today I'm going to be reviewing a show called The Married Woman. Now, if you're an Indian woman, there are chances you've been lectured or guided to sacrifice for the family, to keep your husband happy whilst putting your own dreams on the back burner, and no matter what, to prioritize your children before you, etc, etc. Now, Astha in this show is played by Ritu Dogra. Probably received a similar gyan whilst growing up. Now, in this show, she is the conventional, dutiful wife, daughter-in-law and a mother at the cost of her own happiness. She's content in her domesticity, despite being married to an inconsiderate husband, him, who is played by Suhasa Ahuja. Now, over time, things change when she meets the artist Peeplika, essayed by Monica Dogra. Now, in Astha's words, Peeplika touches her in a way no man ever did and made her discover herself. But her self-discovery would come at the cost of her relationships. The trailer of The Married Woman intrigued me to learn how the lives of two love-starved women, starkly different from each other, will intertwine. How will they break out from the traditional gender-defined roles assigned to them by society and find solace in each other? Will their love ever find acceptance in a society where sabhyata and maryada mean everything? The focus of the narrative is on Astha's life and how she is taken for granted in her marriage of 11 years. Firstly, she moves away from her husband to a theatre director, Ejaz Khan, played by Imad Shah. Her fondness for him stems from the fact that he teaches her to live free from her inhibitions and acknowledge her desires, which are ignored by her family. But eventually, it's Ejaz's wife Peeplika who clicks with Astha. Now, what attracts Astha to Peeplika, why she grows fond of her, where does her intense passion come from, we never get to know. Now, the second half of the show, which brings Astha and Peeplika together, tests the strength of their bond. They're much better than the early episodes simply because both characters deal with their emotional turmoil. Now, whilst Peeplika wants Astha to choose between her and her family, Astha is torn between her happiness and her children's future. The show is set in 1992, when the country witnessed communal rights. That, however, remains just a backdrop and never really blends in with the narrative. I would definitely give the cast a huge thumbs up. Ritu Dogra, Monica Dogra, Suhasa Ahuja and Imad Shah have all given well-contained performances. A special mention to Aisha Raza for being a much relatable, interfering relative who has an issue with everything her sister-in-law does. Watch The Married Woman streaming now on Z5.